Looking at the Bills and the Cardinals, we know we're starting with Brett because we're talking about the Bills. Hey, we were very high on the over last week. That got home, fortunately. Listen, totals, we were great last week. Sides, whatever. Short memory, no big deal there. The Bills on the road as 2.5-point dogs to the Arizona Cardinals. We're sitting here with a total in this one sitting at 56.5. Now, if you're wondering, like, what do you mean? What are you talking about here? Like, how is this a 56.5 total? Well, not only have these offenses been playing well, but guys, we have a matchup here of two of the fastest teams in the NFL as well. The Bills, 8th in situation neutral pace. Cardinals, 2nd in situation neutral pace. So you have these teams that play fast, score a lot of points. Both teams built to pass as well. Brett, your boys get it done last week. Look good doing it. It was the perfect spot for them. What do you think about the spot this week?
Yeah, normally I would see this as a stock high, stock low spot. Arizona off the loss to Miami last week, albeit a very misleading loss, as we just talked about. And Buffalo just having its way with Seattle in that defense. But this line's telling me that Arizona is a half point to a point better than Buffalo, and I'm not sure about that. Like if and when this gets to 3, I think I have to bet the Bills. So that'll be something I'm monitoring here on Friday into the weekend. I think it was at 3 early in the week, and I missed that. But if it does get to 3, I like the Bills because I just don't think Arizona is a better team than Buffalo. So even though the Bills are on the road here traveling, that's the kind of the way I'm leaning, and I'm with you. I don't know why this total isn't higher, and it's crazy to say that because it's 56, but this is 2020. And like you said, these are two of the fastest offenses, two passing-heavy offenses who don't like to run the football. And I feel like this should be closer to 60. So I like the over.
Yeah, it was when I broke this one down, I looked and I saw the 56.5, and I understand that people are going to shy away from something like that. But Brad, we talked about this at the top of the podcast. The average NFL game is landing at 50.7 points per game as we sit right now. That's the average game. We're talking about two good pass offenses. We know what happens. Incomplete passes stop the clock. We're also talking about two of the fastest paced teams in the NFL as well. I know you feel weird putting an over ticket of 56.5 in your account, but I'm probably going to have an over 56.5 ticket in my account.
Yeah. So there's quite a lot of interesting things here. So one, I'm on the same side as you guys essentially, because it's not just the pace, it's also how pass happy the Bills were. Mm-hmm. We saw last week in the first half that they decided, right, we're not even going to bother trying to run the ball here. And they went 31 passes. Yeah, 31 passes to 3 runs, and they absolutely shredded the Seahawks. I think Josh Allen was about 150 yards in the first quarter. And I don't know why you wouldn't go straight back to that. The Cardinals are slightly better against the pass, so... Oh, no. Hold on. I've got that wrong there. I don't know why you wouldn't just stick with that plan, especially because if John Brown is out there, he practiced in full yesterday. You've got the weapons to match up very well against this Cardinals defense. And Josh Allen has shown he's happy to go out there and sling it around 31 times and a half. And then if you force Kyler Murray to keep pace, A, they speed up even more, and B, you force him to use his legs, and then they're one of the most efficient offenses in the NFL as well. And one of the things we spoke about last week when we bet that over against Seattle for the Bills is how some of their totals were compressed in the month prior just because of bad spots or bad weather. And it seems like when the weather is good, when they're in a dome, they're putting up 34-31 type of games each week. And Arizona could certainly do that as well. We saw what they did against the Seahawks game or against these Dolphins last week. So, I agree on the over 56.5.
Yeah, John Brown, full participant on Thursday. Trey White was back out at practice as well. And then if we want to say, hey, there's some there's some good news for scoring as well. The Cardinals defense had tons and tons. Now, it's a Thursday. There's still a Friday report, so be sure and take a look at that. But there were tons of DNPs on the defensive side of the ball for the Cardinals as well. So they're going to be down at least some players. I don't know which players exactly, but they're going to be down some. I mean, Buda Baker didn't practice. Fotu didn't practice. Jordan Phillips didn't practice. There are a bunch of guys that didn't practice on Wednesday or Thursday. So monitor that injury report as well. And, that could, if you're leaning towards an over in that game, that might certainly put you over the edge, because if they're down, at least if they're down two of those guys, then that defense is going to be struggling against this Bills team that is built to pass this year for sure.